Welcome back everybody, Sinister here. So we're going to be doing a comparison video today. We're going to be comparing some play and technique from a player who's scoring around what the Call of Duty average is, around 100 points per minute. We're going to compare it with some of the best players in the game, scoring well over 350 points per minute. Now our two reference players are going to be Quicker Than You and Man in Black. Now they're going to be identified by a colored frame. The green one will be identifying Quicker Than You, who is a really good player. And then the yellow frame will be our Man in Black. Our player that we're going to be looking at, who is more around the average scores, will have a red frame. So let's start with a game of domination on the map Stadium. Now John Doe here died during this game several times in this same area. So let's see if we can figure out why. Now anytime you approach a corner, you want to clear the areas that you can see first. I put some numbers up here on the order that he should be clearing for enemies. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Now, in this case, John Doe skips over 1, 2, and 3 to clear the hotel doorway area. Unfortunately, in the 2 and 3 areas that he should have cleared first, there are enemies waiting for him. And they shoot him in the back and they kill him. They have him triangulated, he dies. Now, in the military law enforcement, this is called cutting the pie. Cutting the pie is dividing what you can see into sections. And we clear what we can see first before moving into areas we cannot see. Think of it as slices of pie. Now this is the second rush into the area. It is not the same as the first. Once again, we scoot past 1 and 2 and 3 and try to clear 4 before we've ensured that our first areas that we can see are unoccupied. In this case, they're not, and we end up dying. So as John Doe approaches the corner, instead of hesitating and clearing the balcony and the number 2 and the number 3 hallway, and once again he's drawn to the number 4 area that he should be clearing, and he skips over number 1, 2, and 3, where unfortunately once again it's still occupied and he dies again. Now let's compare and contrast to a player who is scoring at the higher end of Call of Duty, Quicker Than You. It's a little different weapon, I understand, but let's watch technique. When he crosses this area, he's clearing, he looks into the number 1 area, it's probably that balcony, but then goes directly to number 2, using the wall next to him as cover. Now watch it carefully. He is hesitant. He is making sure that the number 2 area is clear. Now, as he approaches number 3, what does he do? He actually goes to a reload animation in this case, but crouches, uses the stairs for cover. Clears number 3, now he turns to number 4. He is cutting the pie exactly how he should. And in this case, he actually gets 2 kills and prevents his own death. Now we just saw Quicker Than You use those stairs as additional cover before he penetrated into that number 4 area. So let's watch John Doe do how he uses and approaches stairs. Now, in this case, he has flak jacket, but he's still running full speed ahead. Before he clears any area on the top of the stairs, he just runs full speed up the stairs. Unfortunately, there's an enemy waiting for him, and he dies. Now let's contrast that with Quicker Than You and how he approaches these stairs inside Stadium. In this case, Quicker Than You is much more hesitant to completely expose himself on the top of the stairs. And instead, he actually uses the top of the stairs as an additional source of cover. So by hesitating, using that top stair as a cover area, he actually is able to engage the enemy and kill them. Okay. On to our third example. Now John Doe here is taking a route onto the C flag in Stadium. Now he's rounding this tree potted area to engage this enemy who's ghosted up in this snack bar area. But you'll see his route takes him around that wall so wide that he's visible to the enemy before he himself has a good idea of where his enemy is and where he's coming from. Now, once again, let's compare and contrast this to 2 of our top players. Okay, let's start with Quicker Than You. His route is actually inside the wall here, which, by using this wall as additional cover, he recognizes that there are people behind there. But this route doesn't take him wide of that wall, and once he clears that close wall to us, he is ready for the gunfight. He's not rounding it too wide. Now he's hesitant around this wall, using it as cover to engage those enemies. Now this is another case where we can watch one of my favorite players in Call of Duty, Man in Black. Now, once again, he takes the similar route that Quicker Than You takes on the inside of that tree line. And once again, he uses this wall that's close to him for an additional source of cover. He doesn't sprint around it. He has a great little slide move behind where he engages an enemy, slides for recovery, and then progresses around. Now he has to deal with a very difficult and entrenched enemy here, so he's using every source of cover and edge that he can, and actually crosses the margin and hip fires, which in this case leads to his success. Okay, sorry for the long video today. I actually cut out about 3 or 4 additional segments that I wanted to get in, but due to time constraints, let's just go ahead and call it. But technique, technique, technique. Remember your technique when you're playing Call of Duty and you'll have more success. Okay, Sinister here. Until next time, I'll catch you on Xbox Live.